Auzubillahiminash-shaytanir-rajim. Bismillahir-Rahmanir-Rahim. My respected well-wishers, my colleagues, my juniors, my seniors, Assalamu alaikum. During this course of Corona epidemic, first of all, in the start of video, I wish and I pray from Allah Almighty that may Allah Pak shower His blessing upon all of us, and may Allah Pak keep us all safe from this epidemic. Thank you. Now, this is some advanced level video. My first video was for the beginners, and that will be intact for the further videos, starting from the basics. But from this advanced level video is good for the beginners to see, but it is basically for the tax practitioners, for the authorities. There are some questions regarding new relief package incentives to the construction industry, newly introduced by the government of Pakistan. Uh, this not that that, that, that this discussing about this thing is not that new. Already, Section 7C and 7D was introduced through Finance Act 2016 regarding discussion of the taxation on builders and developers. So, मेरा questions कुछ हैं from the basically tax practitioners will better understand those questions are not from the policy, but from the practical point of view when we are discussing these things. So we have to know, okay, how when where an individual will avail this scheme, where the AOPs will avail this scheme, and where the companies will avail this scheme. So उसमें देखना ये है कि कैसे how this scheme will be implemented, and how the documentation during the course of documentation, once what steps are to be taken, what we have to see कि क्या देखना होगा in making the wealth statement, in making the balance sheet for the particular taxpayer, whether no matter individual, AOP or company. So during this starting the scheme, they're talking about the fixed tax on builders and developers. Though, so this is not something new. The taxation, they can opt for the final. They can opt for the final. People who wants to take advantage of the scheme can opt for the final tax regime, and they can pay the taxes on the basis of per yard and per square feet. So the first question arises that during the starting the process, in the starting the process and estimating the amount of profit, when you pay the profit or the tax on profit under section 147, the advanced tax on profit, in that 2 years, which is defined starting from the April 2020 to the September 2020, during this period, when the profit is calculated and the tax is about regularly to be paid in installments, then number one, what if there is no profit? What if on selling of that asset, number one, if there is no profit in the end, what will be the how will you deal with that situation? Number one, when there will be no profit. Now, number two, for this thing, they say you have to open a bank account and to deposit the said funds first in the bank account. If the after the 30th of June 2020, the tax return for the tax year 2020 will be due. Let's suppose in 2019 the capital of an individual, I'm talking about the individual, is 1 million, and he declares a further 10 million in that bank account for the purpose of taking a relief in the said business. So my question is that the further 10 million will be added as a part of capital, in the wealth statement, in the balance sheet of that individual, and how it would be reconciled. Like in the inflow, how would you enter it in the inflow to reconcile it as a capital? And in the case for the 2 years, if this property is not sold, will it be remained a part of capital? And as soon as the property will be sold, that will be excluded from the part of capital, that portion, and the profit which was already declared, that amount will be added as an inflow and will be reconciled in the wealth statement. So what is where is the what means where is the incentive? Means what is the incentive? Number one, only in the shape of assets, only the amount of profit will be entered. So I have said the two things. Number one, that whether if the property is not sold, number one, then whether you are paying the advance tax, what will be the possibility if there is a loss in the soul of that property? Number one, what will be the possibility? And number two, what will be the treatment? How will you become it the part of capital? Like in the bank account, that bank account will be the part of capital. The worth of that bank account will be the part of capital. How will you reconcile it in the wealth statement? So two questions. And in the further video, now the video is getting longer and longer. Now in the further video I will discuss more about that. So thank you.